Ladies and gentlemen, the American Cheering Bulldog Nation, it's Eric Deters Show. No teleprompter, no makeup. Sorry about that. I'm sure I'd look better. Well, today in history was the strawberry moon last night. Every 19 years, it's the lowest moon, nearly 2 decades. It peaked at 3:44 a.m., and it was strawberry, or looks a little fuchsia there. Remember Strawberry Fields? Is there a Strawberry Moon song? All right, National Corn on the Cob Day. I love corn in any form, including corn syrup, which is bad for you. But corn on the cob. All right, let's get right to it. Newsom lost in court yesterday with a relative of Stephen Breyer in federal court in California who said, nah, baby, nah. Now, there's going to be a hearing again tomorrow on the issue, but it's looking good for Trump. I'm telling you, I already know the law on this, folks. There's no question that Trump can send in troops to protect federal buildings. Plain and simple. As far as the National Guard goes, Trump is saying that good old Newsom shall, the law says shall, sign off on it, and it looks like that's going to be the rub for old Newsom. It's unbelievable.
Well, sure. Right now, it's keeping California safe. If Gavin Newsom isn't going to keep California safe, we are. We've been seeing on the news all of these drugstores getting robbed, getting looted. The Apple store just got raided. I mean, we're all watching this live on the news. The guy with the cinder blocks. We were able to identify him. Great FBI work, DEA, ATF, all working together with ICE, with Homeland Security. Great partnership out there. And our National Guard, to wrap back to your question, our National Guard, our Marines, they have come in to protect our buildings, the Marines have come in to protect the National Guard. It is total chaos out there. And this is very orchestrated. They're not just cinder bricks. They had hammers in place. They're breaking them up. We've all seen on the news where the sidewalks, they're coming in with these huge sledgehammers, breaking up the sidewalks and taking these huge pieces of concrete, throwing them off a bridge, throwing them at people. It's truly a miracle that no one has been seriously injured or killed yet. But we're going to do everything within our legal authority to protect our law enforcement officers and all the people in California right now. You know, you guys, this is serious out there. We want to protect people. We want to protect law enforcement and all the hard-working people there who are trying to go to work every day. Their businesses are shuttered. They can't do anything because of this, and it has to stop.
All right, Newsom, he did a statement blasting Trump and lost the audio. Folks, can you imagine? They're blaming Trump for the increased violence, such bogus crap. Like you pull out the National Guard, you pull out troops, and it's going to get better. Think about it. Newsom and Karen Bass, the original Karen herself, these folks are basically fueling protesters. It's incredible. An LA official, this young lady right here, she's on LA Council. She supports and thanks Trump for what he's doing. See, Trump isn't going to let the cities burn down. He was under political pressure last time. He ain't going to let that happen again. Not going to let it happen. FBI is going to investigate the source of these protests. That is aiding, abetting, civil conspiracy, you name it. That's how you cut off the head of the snake. That's what has to happen here. They need to find Soros, whoever, and charge them. Get them. And by the way, remember, this is the Trump Justice Department now. It isn't the Biden Justice Department. LAPD chief says that they were overwhelmed, and they're being overwhelmed with Antifa. Can you imagine the private conversations and yelling that he has had with the mayor? Can you imagine that? Wow. Federman blasts the Dems on the protests. You know, Federman, who would ever thought Federman would be the rational man in the Democratic Party? But he is. Newsom lies about the Trump call. He said Trump never called him, no voicemail or nothing. Trump produced proof of it on his phone. He's a lying scumbag. You know what? This guy, Newsom, he's so narcissistic. He thinks he's God's gift. He thinks he's handsome. He thinks he's smart. He thinks he's smooth. He's a political idiot. You know who else told me that? Kimberly Guilfoyle. The Marines have arrived. They're doing training. I think they'll be out there later today. Holman says for right now, Bass and Newsom have not crossed the line. You see, Newsom would love the attention of being arrested. Joe Biden, you can't make it up. The Biden administration, according to Grassley, brought in, as part of the Afghan withdrawal to this country, 55 Afghanis who are on the terrorist watch list. I've said this before, everything they did was either intentionally stupid and wrong for the United States or bozo the clown stuff. Well, what did they ever do right? Name one thing. Name one thing that they did right. New Jersey, the election is over for the primary. Jack Ciattarelli, Trump's back guy, won the GOP nomination. I rest my case. Whoever Trump endorses wins. Trump has endorsed him for governor. And Mickey Sherrill, a congressman, is going to be the Democratic nominee. Trump says Lisa Monaco was part of the auto pen crowd. Uh-oh. And there's 4 people who have voluntarily agreed to testify at Congress. It's a sinking ship. They're going to get some information from these other people on the auto pen. Walmart heiress Christy Walton, who's aligned with No Kings anti-Trump protest. She's worth about $19 million. No Kings. Really? We don't have a king. We got a president. We are a people of principle and honor. Really? We are, aren't we? We honor our commitment and stand by our allies. Trump is. We defend against aggression by dictators. Trump is. We uphold and defend the Constitution. Trump is. We care for veterans and children. Trump is. We respect our neighbors and trading partners. Trump is. We support a healthy national and international economy. Trump is. We are a world leader, trusted, uphold the stability and rule of law. Trump is. It's a joke, an absolute joke. Trump military bases. He's changing the names. Fort Pickett, Fort Hood, Fort Gordon, Fort Rucker, Fort Polk, Fort A.B. Hill, Fort Robert E. Lee. The names are being returned and they're going back. SpaceX successfully launched 23 satellites. Good for Elon. TDA member gets 28 years for shooting two New York cops. Scott Bessent is rumored to be the next Fed chair. Patel, the FBI director, has sued MSNBC for basically saying he's out at bars. Slander. Simone Biles has apologized to Riley Gaines. She's getting crucified for her apology now. Democratic Congress Representative LaMonica McIver, indicted on federal assault charges, faces 17 years. She won't get that. Musk posted last night he went too far. Of course he did. It maybe was the ketamine. But Musk is obviously showing gracious. Trump will let him off the mat. And the congressional baseball games tonight. Surely the Republicans will win. World news, Islamist leader pictured here calls for the assassination of Trump and Vance. Oh, by the way, while we're on this topic, you can't make it up. There is a restaurant. I saw Pam Bondi this morning on Fox News. There's a restaurant in California, in LA, anti-Semitic, that is naming a drink after an Hamas leader. Marco Rubio fired all USAID staff overseas. U.S.-China tariffs deal is coming soon. The deal is going to come. Pop Culture, The Art of the Surge. I binge-watched season 1. It reinforced everything I thought about Trump. Amazing. There's so many great things about it. Best part was him working at McDonald's. Thing of beauty. Thing of beauty. Sports Without Boundaries. Aaron Rodgers announced he's married. Aaron Rodgers says the reason why he joined the Steelers, he's a deep guy. I watched his documentary. It was for his soul, not his ego, his soul. Travis Kelce says pot in the NFL is prevalent, 80% smoke it, and they usually stop smoking it come July, so they pass the test. Thunder versus Pacers tonight, Game 3 in Indiana. And the NCAA settlement was apparently to avoid bankruptcy. My good buddy Chris Mackey has given me lots of information. I need to do a separate show on this. And in history, today in history, June 11th and 323, Alexander the Great died. And the empire went. And the Trojan War ended today, June 11th in 1184. Shakespeare, Do not be a beslobbering, goatish flirtgill. Dr. Melman, will you please let me know what flirtgill means? This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Have a great day. Check out my local news.